The Waubonsie Valley girls basketball team competes at the state tournament for the first time in school history, while a couple of our boys teams battle at sectionals throughout the week. Good evening, Naperville sports fans, and welcome to another episode of NSW. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. We begin the show with Warriors girls basketball as they played a classic against Alton in the Super Sectionals. Let's head to Bloomington for one of the most exciting games we've seen all year.
Waubonsie Valley is in the IHSA Girls Basketball Super Sectional for the first time in program history after taking down last season's 4A runner-up Bennett Academy in the Oswego Sectional Final. The Warriors won the 1999 Sectional, but that was when the IHSA had the state quarterfinals, so a win would result in a first state semifinal berth for the Warriors. Now they take on Alton, who is lacing up for their first Super Sectional appearance after taking care of Normal Community and defending 4A state champs O'Fallon in the Normal West Sectional. The Redbirds come out aggressive early, starting with a three-point basket from Alyssa Lewis to put A-Town up 5-3. Lewis is one of three 1,000-point scorers on the current Redbird roster, and this trifecta shows why. Alton goes on a 10-0 run to lead 12-3. Warriors use defense to create offense, and Maya Cobb snags the ball and goes coast to coast to the rim and scores with the foul. The Warriors also go on a run at 7-0 and trail 12-10 after one. Both teams are even at 15, and it's Cobb again, this time shooting for three, and the bank is open for the sophomore to give Dub V an 18-15 lead. The three-point cycle continues, and it's senior sensation Hannah Lobb who makes it look too easy. It's 21-17 Warriors. Although the Redbirds find a way to snag it right back with Kayla Lacey, who fights in a one-on-one and wins it with the hoop and the harm. A-Town jumps back in front, 22-21. Here comes Lewis with her scoring, so she fakes out her defender, takes the three and sinks it. Redbirds stay in front, 30-28 as we head to the break. In the third quarter, Daniela Porcoso comes to the rescue for the Warriors with a three that gives them a 31-30 edge. They lead by three, but Alton fights back with Jarius Powers getting the miss, board, and put back with the foul. She evens the score at 36 after the three-point play. Warriors respond with Lily Newton as she gets the Ariana Garcia pass and attempts the jump shot that goes in, and they lead 40-38. Dub V adds on two more points to go up 42-38 going into the fourth. Porcoso keeps pouring on the buckets. Here she is, guarded by Lewis, but it doesn't matter because she scores +1. It's 44-40 green and gold. A-Town will not give up, and neither will Powers. Some great ball movement results in number 44 laying one in, and that ties the game at 44. Then Powers gives her team the lead by scoring the tough shot with a foul. Redbirds are up 48-46 with just under a minute to go. Then they go 1 for 2 at the line on the next possession, so Waubonsie has life, trailing by 3. Will it be Porcoso or Lobb taking the shot? It's Porcoso with the ball, shoots for 3, and kaboom! Porcoso ties the game at 49 with 5 seconds left in regulation. Alton is hoping to win in regulation with Allison Pruitt, but she slips and loses the ball, time runs out, and we have overtime. Porcoso goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line to give them a 50-49 lead, and Cobb can't add on, but Garcia gets the board and finds Lobb, who takes the three and book it. It's 53-49 Warriors. Now it's 55-51 Dub V, but Alton is not giving up, so Justice Haynes floors it to the rim and scores to keep their hopes alive. Green and gold are looking to ice it, but Powers gets the block, and Alton still has a pulse. Going the other way, it's Lewis putting the team on her back as she shoots for 3, and it's off. There's a scramble on the court. The buzzer sounds, and that's it. Waubonsie Valley is moving on to the IHSA 4A Girls Basketball State Semifinals after a 55-53 overtime win. The Warriors will face defending 3A state champs Nazareth on Friday at Redbird Arena at 2 o'clock.
The thrilling victory gave Waubonsee its 32nd win this season, the most in program history. What makes the Warriors run the state even crazier is that Hannah Lobb is the lone senior part of the game-by-game rotation. Let's head to Bloomington Normal for the IHSA State Series.
Waubonsee Valley takes the court one last time in the third-place game of the IHSA 4A Girls Basketball State Series after a semifinal loss to Nazareth Academy. As the Warriors look to end their season with the win, they take on 2020 state champions Fremd. The Vikings are coming off a tough semifinal loss to Loyola. The Vikings take out their anger up 4-3, and then Bryn Eshu extends that with a nice jump shot. 9-3 Fremd, but the Warriors step up on defense, and Daniela Porcoso finds an open Maya Cobb who floors it to the rim and lays it in. Fremd keeps up the tempo with some great ball movement that's finished off with a Greta Thompson trifecta, and that has the Vikings up 14-9. More from Cobb, this time from behind the line, as this quick three ball makes it a 14-12 deficit. Eshu has a response by running into your frame and goes off the glass. Here's Hannah Lobb doing it all by herself by dribbling, turning around, and getting it to fall with a friendly bounce. They are still hanging around, down 22-18. Fremd has another answer with Ella Todd, who is on the wing and puts in the triple, and they're up double digits. The Warriors climb back in it, starting with Lily Newton getting a nice Porcoso assist and scores. Now Porcoso wants to score, so she pulls up and puts it in. Dub V goes on a little 8-5 run to trail 34-26 at the break. Nicole Douglas jumps in on the action in the second half by scoring a bucket of her own. Warriors are still down by 8, but they needed that. On the next possession, Cobb continues her assault from 3, and this shot helps them inch a little closer, trailing 38-33. They are not going away, and neither is Lily Newton because she hits a 3, and the Warriors now trail 44-40. But the Vikings were too much to handle as Coco Urlacher is open below the rim and puts in the deuce. Then Eshu throws in the dagger with a solid turnaround shot. That helps Fremd to the IHSA 4A third place spot, while Waubonsee Valley finishes in 4th, but takes home their first girls basketball state trophy.
After the break, let's keep the ball rolling in hoops as Bennett Academy and Waubonsee Valley boys compete in the East Aurora Sectional. The Warriors look to advance to its first sectional final since 2004, while the Red Wings hope to make it back there after going as far as the state final a season ago.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO.
What's the matter, boy? What are you trying to tell me? Is something wrong?
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something.
Naperville Animal Crime Stoppers.
Yes, I'd like to report a case of animal cruelty and neglect.
Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw Bennett Academy and Bolingbrook girls basketball meet in the sectional semis. On Tuesday, the same schools met up, but in boys, and just like it was in girls, it was the 4-seeded Red Wings looking to get past the 1-seeded Raiders. Following that highlight, we'll see how the Warriors try to slow down Princeton commit Jack Stanton and Downers Grove North. We have a sectional semifinal between 1-seed Bolingbrook and 4-seed Bennett Academy. The Raiders got past a tough West Aurora team in the regional finals, while the Red Wings squeezed past Oswego East 57-54. We'll see two of the best underclassmen in the state square off against one another in Bolingbrook freshman Davion Thompson and Bennett sophomore Gabe Solarski. But each team is filled with strong talent across the board. To start the game, Solarski receives the ball and gets to work. He drives baseline and pulls up from mid-range, rattling it home for 2. We talked about Thompson, the freshman for Bolingbrook, but here at senior guards, DJ Strong and KJ Cathy connecting for a 3. The Raiders are now up 6-2 and Trey Brost brings the ball up. Strong is in the corner and fires it back to Brost, who knocks it down. Bolingbrook opens with 3 straight threes to lead 9-2, and the Red Wings call timeout. Bennett needs something quickly, and Jaden Wright decides to let one fly from deep. He hits the tray ball, and Bennett still trails 11-5 with just under 4 minutes left in the first. Blake Fagbemi drives inside for Bennett, but his shot is off. Solarski is there for a nice putback, but Bennett still trails 15-7 at the end of the first quarter. Bolingbrook gets the ball past half court and almost turns it over, but what an effort from Cathy and Josh Anisto to keep it in. Thompson then catches and shoots the ball right away, hitting the 3. Raiders up 18-9 early in the second. Bennett is keeping this within single digits, and after a nice Thompson corner splash, it's Solarski's turn to hit a contested 3. Bennett goes on a 5-0 run to make it 18-14 Raiders. To close out the first half, Bolingbrook goes on a run of their own. Here, Strong attacks inside, getting the bucket plus the foul. Thompson then grabs a board and goes coast to coast all himself, finishing the layup through the contact. Bolingbrook goes on a 15-4 run to close out the half and lead 33-18 at the break. The Red Wings shot just 4 of 23 from the field, while the Raiders were 12 of 22. Halfway through the third, Thompson gets the screen from JT Pettigrew, and that leads the freshman open. He hits from beyond the arc, scoring 16 points on the night, and Bolingbrook has its largest lead at 38-20. But the Red Wings won't just give up, and some seniors look to provide a spark. Patrick Walsh hits the 3 to help Bennett bring it within single digits. Under 3 minutes to go now in the game, and Red Wing Daniel Peliconis gets the offensive putback and makes it an 8-point deficit. But Bolingbrook would continue to hit their shots and free throws. The Raiders break the press, and Pettigrew scores plus the foul. He and Strong record 15 points each, and Bolingbrook wins 67-59. The Raiders will face the winner of Downers Grove North and Waubonsie Valley in the sectional final on Friday night.
We are at East Aurora for a boys basketball sectional semifinal matchup. The third-seeded Waubonsie Valley Warriors get set to take on second-seeded Downers Grove North. The winner will play the first-seeded Bolingbrook Raiders in the sectional final. Starting the game with the Trojans up 2-0. The Warriors find Trey Blissett on the perimeter as the senior knocks down the triple. A couple of minutes later, North finds Alex Miller down in the corner, who swishes the 3-point bucket. At the end of the first, we are tied at 5. Getting the ball to start the second is North, but making the steal is Moses Wilson, who springs Trey Blissett for the layup. Dub V goes up 9-5 early in the second. North comes right back down the court. They find Alex Miller in the other corner, whose 3-point attempt just falls in. Back and forth we go. The Warriors find Tyreek Coleman out top as he shoots for 3. Dub V goes up 12-8. On the other end, it's Jack Stanton who releases the quick jumper, knocking down another triple. Downers Grove North finishes the quarter on top. Alex Miller once again finds his corner, tacking on another tray. That gives the Trojans a 20-17 lead at halftime. The Trojans continue to extend that lead in the third. Owen Thulin gets it on the left, shooting for 3. North goes up by 6. They aren't slowing down either. This time it's Jack Stanton who scores the 3-pointer. North now up by 9. Getting the only points in the quarter for the Warriors is Ryan Morton, who swishes the three-point bucket. Waubonsie trails 28-20 going into the fourth. Kicking things off in the fourth is Alex Miller, who continues to have a strong game, scoring another triple. North continues to lead in this one as Jake Reimer scores a three-point bucket for himself. Trojans now lead 34-20. Finally getting the Warriors on the board in the fourth is Cade Valak, who picks up the rebound, putting it off the glass and in. Dub V still trails by 12. Finishing off the game for North is Jack Stanton, who finds a wide-open Jake Reimer in the paint for the dunk. Downers Grove North ends Waubonsie Valley's season with a 41-28 win over the Warriors. The Trojans advance to the sectional finals against Bolingbrook on Friday night.
When we return, we'll tell you the story of how one Neuqua Valley team looks to mentor the youth, and then we'll get to our first Play of the Week.
Local news is your lifeline. Let the Daily Herald help you navigate your world with solid reporting, good advice, and a much-needed diversion or two.
Fresh off a strong performance at the state tournament, the Neuqua Valley chess team looks to teach the game to the next generation of players. Patrick Cotto has more for our latest feature story here on NSW.
Neuqua Valley chess team members do more than just make the right moves with the kings, queens, or other pieces on the board. With the Naperville schools being home to some of the top players in the state, this Wildcat group has been able to play the game for years and wants to give back to the community by helping those at a young age get interested in chess. Chess may be a game to some, but it's a mental workout that improves critical thinking, problem solving, and concentration. Chess is also an IHSA activity which fosters social skills and sportsmanship.
I think it's really good that chess is getting a lot of publicity. If it doesn't, then I don't want it to just become another board game, right? So I think we're really helping the kids out right here and teaching them how much fun it can be.
However, at Neuqua Valley, despite a top 10 finish at the state meet this season, the number of underclassmen signing up for the team has been dwindling. The current members knew they had to develop ways to keep the program from getting put in check.
In our Neuqua chess team right now, when we're looking at the freshmen, we're seeing like less and less people sign up. And we were like, oh no, what are we gonna do? I mean, like, we're not gonna have a chess team in a few years. So when we discussed this with our coaches, we were like, what if we start a chess camp, right? We train up middle schoolers and elementary schoolers young, right?
On February 15th, the team launched the inaugural chess camp at the Fry YMCA. Designed for kids of all skill levels, the camp is not strictly about serious training. It's about learning the game through interactive lessons, practice games, and friendly competitions taught by high schoolers who can relate to the kids in the classes. The combination of fun and education creates a perfect platform for kids to learn and enhance their chess skills.
We wanted to do something where we would help kids kind of get interested in chess, so a couple of them, when they come to high school, would think, you know what, maybe I can try out chess team, it sounds pretty fun. And we were reaching out, and I believe Kundan had the idea to ask YMCA, and thankfully Miss Woods was kind enough to give us this opportunity.
We were just hoping they would develop a passion for the game and they would spread that love and really have a positive environment, social environment where they can just have fun.
Each camp meets once a week on Thursdays at the YMCA for a 6-week class. So far, 30 kids have come out to try chess, which has the Neuqua instructors in shock. They start the camp by teaching the rules and strategies of chess before letting them try it out. As the class hits the midway point, the participants have been able to connect to the game and their instructors right from the start.
So it was a bit daunting at first, but as we got used to it, it was really fun. Like right now, we each take like a table, and then you kind of get to bond with the kids, learn what they like, and chess is hard to teach, right? Because it's so complicated, but all these kids have been learning really well, and it's been going really good.
I really expected everyone to be shy, so I thought encouraging participation was going to be really hard. But most of these kids they're very cool people. They're very outgoing, they're very friendly, and I think I really enjoyed having conversations with them because they don't hold back. They say whatever's on their mind, and it's just very nice. It's very refreshing.
As the Neuqua Valley students stay focused during the competition, Outside of the competition, they're scheming ways to get others in checkmate.
We have some experience in tournaments, so we know we're able to understand how they might feel at when they're having some trouble learning the game. I feel like having the experience really helps out when you're teaching students, just since you know where they can struggle or some of their hardships that they can face.
With 3 weeks remaining in the camp, these kids are more than just pawns in a plan to grow the Wildcat roster, but they may be a part of the next generation of great chess players in the area.
I'm really excited. I feel like this generation of kids are probably going to be the best ever in chess, and I'm just hoping to see some exciting chess being played.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
This week's Girls Play of the Week comes from Daniela and Poricoso in Bloomington. The Waubonsie Valley girls basketball team continues to make history, taking on Alton in the Super Sectionals, skipping to the final 5 seconds of the fourth quarter with the Warriors trailing 49-46. Daniela Poricoso gets the ball out top, swishing the three-point bucket. That would send the game to overtime, where the Warriors would win 55-53, winning their first ever Super Sectional title. Let's take one more look at the triple from Poricoso that earned her this week's Girls Play of the Week.
After the break, we'll keep it within the boards as Naperville Hockey and Warriors Hockey compete in the AHAI playoffs. Do you want all the most exciting highlights from your student athlete's high school career? Relive all your favorite stories and moments from the past few seasons of Naperville Sports Weekly by purchasing digital downloads. Visit nctv17.org/shop to order today.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Warriors Hockey is coming off a dominating 8-0 win over Predators Hockey, which included a first-period hat trick from Evan Ziegler. Naperville Hockey scored with 8 seconds remaining to beat the DuPage Stars, and now both our local teams compete in the quarterfinals of the AHAI playoffs. Let's head to the Edge Ice Rink to see who advances.
The Warriors Hockey Club continues their Blackhawk Cup Combined Division run in the quarterfinals at the Edge Ice Arena against BGHW. The winner will face off against Naperville in the semifinals. Starting the game 7 minutes in, Adrian Wisniewski gets it down low for the Stampede as he passes backdoor to Jack Veller, who tips the puck into the back of the net with his skate. 1-0 BGHW early on. Just under a minute to go in the first. The puck slides back to Jacob Morgan in the slot, who takes a slap shot and scores. We are all tied at 1. 20 seconds later, BGHW comes right back down the ice as Adrian Wisniewski takes a shot from the point that finds Twine. The Stampede takes a 2-1 lead going into the second. 6 minutes to go in the second period now. Joe Pianowski brings the puck in for the Warriors, causing a mad scramble in the crease. That results in a BGHW player covering the puck in the crease with his hand. That gives the Warriors a penalty shot. Taking the shot for the Warriors is Pianowski as he stick handles around the goalie, tucking it into an open net, tying the game at 2. Once again, 20 seconds later, BGHW is on an odd man rush. Elliot Drazen finds Logan Peterson on top of the crease for the easy tap-in. BGHW retakes the lead, 3-2. The Warriors look for an instant response. Evan Ziegler makes the steal in the O-zone, taking a shot, but it's fought off by the glove of Luke Finella. 17 seconds to play in the second. Elijah Houlihan is on the forecheck, stealing the puck away, sniping one top shelf. That ties the game at 3 heading into the third period. Starting the third with the puck on his stick is Evan Ziegler. The senior carries in over the blue line, finding the pass to Matt Shield right in front, whose backhand effort is saved by Fenella. Under 6 to play. Michael McLean has a shot that hits the post, but there to collect the rebound is Joe Pianowski, who tucks it away. The Warriors get their first lead of the night, now up 4-3. Dying seconds of the game, Adrian Wisniewski gets it out on top, but his shot is deflected by a sliding Evan Ziegler. That would be the last good look for BGHW as time expires. The Warriors Hockey Club comes from behind to beat BGHW by a score of 4-3. The Warriors will play Naperville in the semifinals with a spot at the United Center on the line.
Honestly, going into the game, we knew they were going to be a tough opponent. You know, we played them earlier in the year at a tournament. It was like an early game, so we knew what to expect out of them, and we made sure not to take them lightly at all.
Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville, Illinois is the setting for the Combined Division quarterfinal round in the 51st Annual AHAI Illinois State Hockey Championship. The 3-seeded Libertyville Ice Cats take on the 6-seed Naperville Hockey Club, who are coming off a last-second win over the DuPage Stars, looking to keep their season alive. It's all goalies in the first period, with Ice Cats netminder Vincent Simonian and Naperville's Jack Hauk making save after save, keeping their teams in it, and the score tied at 0-0 through the first 14 minutes of action. With 18 seconds remaining in the opening period, Jack Grace passes it to Tommy Fangman, who finds Liam Hanneman for the game's first goal, putting Naperville Hockey up 1-0 at the end of the first. Keeping his shutout bid alive, Hauk navigates the puck after 2 Ice Cats take their shot at the net. Hauk ends up sitting on the puck, making yet another great save to keep his team ahead. Following the save, momentum builds even more for Naperville as Fangman adds another point to his night with a goal that puts Naperville up 2-0 3 minutes into the second period. Naperville puts on the finishing touches with a third consecutive goal. This time it's Jacob Matthews finding the net, assisted by Ian Danker, as Naperville now leads 3-0 and is in great position for an upset. The Ice Cats don't go away quietly. Aaron Levy strikes for Libertyville's first goal of the game late in the third period as he tries to rally the troops in hope of a late comeback. But it would not be enough. In the end, it's a 3-1 victory for Naperville over the Ice Cats, who will now face Illinois West rival, the Warriors Hockey Club, in the semifinals on March 5th for a chance to get to the Blackhawk Cup Championship at the United Center.
We hit the ice with the Warrior Hockey Club's Elijah Houlihan for this week's Boys Play of the Week. The Warriors Hockey Club took on BGHW in the quarterfinals of the combined division of the Blackhawk Cup. Late in the second period, the Warriors are trailing 3-2. Elijah Houlihan forces a turnover before sniping the puck top shelf to tie the game at 3. The Warriors would go on to win the game in the third period by a score of 4-3, sending them into the semifinals. Let's watch the play again by Houlihan in slow motion that earned him this week's Boys Play of the Week.
That wraps up the show and just about the entire winter sports season. We begin to turn our attention to the next season as our first sign of spring sports pop up next week. You can find our past highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org and our NCTV17 Sports YouTube channel. You can also find us on social media at NCTV17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy.